Hey guys, really appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget to thumbs up the video if you like the content, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that and hit that notification bell. That way you know when we upload a video. Good morning, folks. Welcome back to Brown Farms. It may not be right, it may not be smart, but I'm hoping we're going to plant today. First, we've got to take this tanker over. We're going to fill it up with water, and Dad's going to do some spraying, providing BJ doesn't rip the drive shaft out of it. And yeah, hopefully then we're going to plant some corn with the Fendt. We've actually got 28 degrees in the forecast 2 days from now, so like I said, this might not be smart. Well, in a recent turn of events, Brother BJ decided to drive the truck. Good. Just gotta back that thing down like a quarter-mile lane, so this could be interesting. We wouldn't film it and put it on the internet. No. Definitely not filming this for the internet. Wouldn't do that to my brother. So we also have a well that we rarely ever get water out of, just because the other one is so convenient over there by the grain bins. It's where we store the sprayer. Well, that tank, we're still having some issues with it. So we're going to get some water out of this well, fill the tanker up. That way Dad can spray with this water. He'll have enough water to spray him in a 6,500 gallon tanker. So yeah, I think should be able to cover quite a bit of acres with that. This is the field we're going to plant. At least that's the plan. Looks a little tacky, maybe. We'll walk out there here in a second. But on a side note, inside the tanker's pretty clean. So you may be wondering, if you have this well, why don't you tend out of it? Well, it's not right beside where the sprayer gets parked. That's the main reason. And for security reasons, it's just easier to do that over there by the grain bins. We can keep track of our chemicals. I'd kind of feel a little weird leaving a pallet load of chemical right here. It's not beside a house or anything. You know, we don't really know who's coming back this lane. So that's why. Pretty handy for filling up a 6,500 gallon tanker though. All right, we got our water. Looks like I'm behind the wheel again. All right, we're gonna grab some lunch. I'm gonna head over to the Fendt and then put some corn in it and see what we can do. The white truck mafia over here. Just like we did the first day we were planting beans with this planter, we're doing some checks, making sure our clutches and everything are working. First time that I've ever planted corn with this planter, so we'll make sure everything's working. We do have our inner units up, so now this is on a 30-inch spacing. So yeah, just got to do a couple quick checks, and then we're going to head to a field that's a little bit drier. And this one still needs a day. Now, some of the things we're checking this for, this planter being a 32-row splitter planter, is an offset in it. This one has an offset hitch, meaning you hit a button and it slides that thing over to account for your offset. So basically, we're just making sure we got all those measurements in there correctly, and making sure our clutches are kicking on and kicking off when they're supposed to. Right now we're off a little bit, so we're just trying to dial that in. I want to plant right up to this row, maybe a little bit of spacing. Right now we're 30 inches off. I want a little bit closer than that. So we're going to ratchet strap up some closing wheels, like I say. So basically, when we come into this pass, the trench will be open and we can see the seed. Well, old Stuart from Agco, he strapped this one up. Let me know if you see the problem. I don't know how much benefit we're going to get out of this one, but he ratcheted it up anyways. Hey Stuart, you see a problem with that one?
I know, there's a problem with that one, yes.
Here you can see this empty open trench. You can see our singulation here about every 6 inches. That's looking real good. All the way down through here. Thought we had a skip, but there it is, just a little bit buried. But yeah, singulation's looking good. Now when I say singulation, what I'm talking about is we're dropping one seed, not two, not three, not skipping. So we got to seed about every 6 inches. So that's what we're looking for. If you end up with a double, that would be, like a double would be if this seed, let's just move it over here. Let's just say there's a double. So when we have a double, we have a skip right here and 2 seeds right here. That is no good. These 2 seeds are going to be too close together to make a productive corn plant, and that's just not going to work. So that's why singulation is very critical. You want those seeds equally spaced out, and you want them at an equal depth. That way they emerge at the same time, and that way they don't end up competing too much for resources. So looks like the singulation's good, spacing's good, depth's good. I just wish the field was a little bit drier. All right, so we're dialed in. Like I said, we're not going to plant this field today. We are just going to square off what couple passes we did. That way when I plant this field, I don't come in here and double the population, but like I said, hopefully we can plant this field tomorrow. All right, finally. Just ready to head to the field. I do have to transfer some weigh lines from our Challenger into this one so that our AB lines match up, and we'll be ready to roll. Field conditions, our furrow smart farmers, they're telling us we're at 42% on our moisture, but pretty sure that's just on the strips. You get off the strips, it's a little bit tackier. Where we strip tilled, it definitely dried the ground out a little bit. But you can see here, this ground, it's pretty cool, but nice and dry on top, tacky in the bottom. Planting on these strips is a little harder than I thought. All right, we're planting corn. We are 20 acres into this field. Like I said, planting on the strips, it's getting a little sketchy. We definitely needed RTK when we did the strips, and this field didn't have it. We had the range point, which is better than was, but part of the planter is 100% in the middle of the strip, and part of it's off a little bit, so just is what it is for now. All right, there's a couple field reps down with AGCO. They're going to take a couple spins with the planter, so I've got it going in the straight rows back and forth. So while they're driving, I guess we're going to do some flying. All right, check that. We're not going to be doing a fly because I don't have any drone batteries. And that run is pretty much right on the strips, so that's good. Problem is, this being a 30-foot strip till bar and us planting with a 40-foot planter, one half of the planter might be right on the strips and the other half, like right here for example, is not on the strips. So in this round we were pretty much right on the strip, and the ground just looks a lot better right here. Still a little wet though. Yep, there's our seed. So that's good. Cover him back up. Now this is the only field that we're going to do. I don't think we have any more that we'll do. Nothing else is strip till on up ground. All the rest of the up ground has been done, so this field and the one beside it, a whopping 60 acres. That's all we're going to get to do today. These short passes right here, we're actually staying on the strips really well. I don't know if BJ did something different when he strip-tilled this or what, but yeah, we're actually able to stay on the strips pretty good right here. Unfortunately, part of the field that was not the case. Now we do have RTK on our strip-till tractor, but unfortunately when we did this field we were not completely set up yet. We were waiting on an antenna to get here. That got here about 200 acres ago. But the first, like the first 450 acres of strip tilling we did, We did on range point instead of RTK. So there's going to be some that are off. It wasn't ideal, but if we would have waited on that antenna to get here, we would not really have any strip tilling done hardly. So we did what we had to do. Next year, hopefully, we will be ready to roll in March or November. Man, I didn't think they were ever going to leave, but they are gone now, so we are back in the cab. Nah, I mean, those guys have never got to run this planter, so we were just going back and forth in straight long rows. It's like, hey, have at it. But we've got one more 13-acre field right here, and then we'll be done for the night. So now we're going to unfold. If I'm not mistaken, our inner units will all raise up at one time. That might be pretty cool to see. Oh, there they go. All right, get all of our monitor info in and we'll be good to go. Sun's a little bright, kind of pretty, but a little bright. Here's our back view. It looks way drier than it is. So we are just dry on top where the strip till turned over some dirt. You dig down much at all and it's not very dry at all. Here's our monitor. Every other row is plugged off, so that's why we don't have a solid green line through here. We've been singulating pretty much at any speed between 99.6 and 99.9, so that's good. That's what we want to pay attention to. Our ground contact has remained at 100. And we upped our population a little bit. We normally plant 32.5 to 33.5. I just went ahead and upped it to 34 just because, you know, we're not the greatest conditions. See if we didn't have a rock in this. Looks like BJ must have drug up right here. That we don't want to pick up or combine or plug up with. One thing I'm kind of curious about is what our soil temperature is now. Okay, so now our soil temp is 56. And our fertile moisture, it says it's down to 37. I find that kind of hard to believe. Now, I have been staying on the strips pretty good right now. Not having as much issues, so maybe on that strip we are indeed 37. I don't know, but sure doesn't look like it. Well, unfortunately, when you only have a 13-acre field, it does not take long with a high-speed planter. So this day is almost over. But like I said, we do have a field, the field that we were dialing this in this afternoon. Thinking we're going to plant it. I'm probably going to wait until the sun can dry it out as much as possible. There's not a chance of rain until tomorrow late evening, so you know, hopefully we can at least get a few more acres planted. The plot, we were going to see that tomorrow, but we decided that with this cold weather coming in, that it could jeopardize the plot. Worst case scenario with this corn I'm planting, we would have to replant it, but for the plot that could be pretty bad as far as it being a good conclusive plot for research. AGCO does use those plots for research. So we're going to wait till after this cold snap. Hopefully after this cold snap's over, we don't end up rained out every day. So hoping to take advantage of these 2 days though and try to get some corn in the ground with this planter. BJ's going to continue strip tilling tomorrow. I don't know if Dad's going to plant with his corn planter. He's got a lot of spraying to catch up on, so he might be spraying tomorrow. Alright, shut our fans down and auxiliary down. And then we will go ahead and fold her up.